So there's another thing that you can do with a Java program that is actually possesses a GUI front end or some sort of drawing. And that is you can make it an executable. It doesn't work if you are just using the text area at the bottom of the screen, the command prompt area. But if you have a GUI, or like we have right now, our animation and your drawing, then you can make an executable, and that's kind of cool. So that's what I'm going to show you how to do next. So again, I am going to share my screen and show you how to do that. So to be sure that I'm successful, I have made an empty folder. So you can see if I can click over to this empty folder. I want to put my program, which is this one, I want to put that into my empty folder. So I'm going to do a file save as and just go to that empty folder and navigate into that empty folder. There is no .class file here yet because I just moved it. So I'm going to save my program. Probably a good idea to run it as well, but notice I've got two class files now because there's two different classes in the same file. If I run my program, then it's just that extra kind of sense of, yeah, this is the right one. I didn't copy the wrong one in. So I'm going to leave that up to you to do with your own. Now I have to make this a project. So see this project heading? I'm going to say new project. And project name, well, this is Cogswell Animation. I encourage you to put your name as part of your project name. Makes everything so much easier. So create it. Created. That's all I did. Notice at the bottom, I got something new down here. This purpley pinky icon is the file that contains all the project information. Now when you're passing in work, you don't need to give me that. That's for JGrasp to know what you have identified to be part of your project. So let's get on that. This has nothing in it right now. We want to add files. This green icon right here, the .java file, needs to be added as a source. So if I just click add and done, I now have a source file. So we're all set up. Our project is all set up. We want to turn this into a jar, not a zip. They're both together. I want, oops, wrong one. Create jar or zip file for the project. I'm going to click on that and go to the jar radio button because I don't want to create a zip file. I want a jar file, the executable. There's nothing extra to add because we don't have pictures in it. We don't have music in it. I'm just going to say, oh, wait, I want my sources probably. If you're handing it in to me, you need to include sources. Otherwise, I can't extract it and look at your code. It automatically will include classes because the classes contain the bytecode, and that's what the interpreter is actually interpreting to show me what your program does. So click on sources, go to next, and create your jar. So now you should see that the bottom says generated jar file, and you should see a jar file show up here. If I take that jar file, I'm going to just go to that folder. All right, project folder. Here's the jar file. I'm going to see the icon on that. It looks like a Java cup. I'm going to copy that, close these down, paste it on my desktop. I hope. Where'd it go? Here it is. If I double click that, I can see my program run. All you need is that jar file, which contains the .class files, in order to run your program now. You don't need JGrasp. You don't need any development environment. You can just take that jar file, put it on any computer, Macintosh, Linux, PC, and double click it and it'll run. You have now got an app with an awesome animation.